Alright, so we are just in front of Ice Cave. I healed off screen. As you see, well, it started with Farfetch'd and I flew somewhere, so that gives you a hint. I was trying to find Entei or Raikou, whichever one. King George's in the lead. So let's go into Ice Path, which I think I called it Ice Cave last time, but yeah. So Ice Path is actually kind of interesting because besides wild Golbats, which aren't very interesting. Golbat, leave, okay? I'm trying to speak about important stuff. There is technically 4 new Pokemon here. One of them is a slight technicality. No, not really. For Gold and Silver, it's not. For Crystal, it is. Actually, yeah, one of them is Crystal exclusive. There's a lot of weird stuff in here. So let's start with the one that is in every single version. Guaranteed, no matter what. Swinub. Swinub is a ice ground type. Very interesting type. It gets rid of the rock weakness, but it adds a bunch of other stuff. So, not very worth it. It's really not. But one thing I have to say, it evolves into Piloswine. We have an ice puzzle here, which I need to do this. And bam. But Piloswine is, to be honest, kind of garbage. Here's Swine. But to be honest, it's not a very good Pokemon to use unless you're gonna give it Earthquake because it doesn't learn it by level up, which is just a curse. I don't know why there's so many Pokemon that they're ground types but don't learn Earthquake. That's the only reason to use a ground type. But it doesn't evolve into Mamoswine as it does in Generation 4, which if it did, I'd recommend because that thing is broken on every level. This might be Rest, by the way. Nope, that is Waterfall, right? I'm like thinking we didn't have Whirlpool, but we did. But Rest should be somewhere in here. And Waterfall. We can't use that yet until we get the 8th gym badge, but for right now, it's pretty cool. Trying to learn Waterfall. I think that would be the final one, right? Whirlpool, Strength, yeah. Full HM Slaveness. But anyway, back to Piloswine. It's not very good in this game because ice moves are purely special, and its special stat is pretty bad. But it's usable because its attack stat's pretty high. You can give it Earthquake and it gets Stab on it, so it's already a plus. It's not the best ice type. To be honest, ice is kind of a garbage type. It's not the best ground type. There's a lot of competition with ground. It's really up to you. To be honest, I really like the design of Swinub. I don't like Piloswine, but I really like Mamoswine. So, I rarely use it in Gen 2. Sorry to say. But now that we're in Basement 2, we have access to a lot more than what we did. If you were looking for a rare encounter, in all 3 versions, there's Jinx. You've seen me use Jinx, but this is the first time in Gold and Silver that you have access to it. It is an Ice Psychic type, a pure special attacker. It's fast, it's pretty frail on the defensive side. Overall, it is purely a glass cannon, and you've seen me put it to some great use. Hasn't had a lot of screen time, obviously, but overall, it does hit hard. It has a great typing of Psychic Ice for attacking, because if you can't kill it with Psychic, you're killing it with an Ice move. Preferably Ice Punch, which is only $2,000. Very, very good Pokemon. Really, if you're looking for your 6th team member, or 5th, if you're waiting for some other one, there's plenty to come, but it's a decent one. I went with the Smoochum route to get Psychic. Oh, this is an irritating puzzle. I hate this one. There's so much to do here. I'm going to show you real quick. We're trying to fill this because there's a bunch of spots where we can't get to without pushing strength boulders down. And it's a lot of resetting because I'm garbage. So Jinx is very good. I'm going to say this right now. It's probably one of the easiest to just go buy a TM, and automatically wreck the rest of the game. It really is good. Now we're going to get to the garbage, basically. Swinub is usable. Jinx is very usable. And Delibird is not. It is a Silver Crystal exclusive. What a terrible exclusive. It is an Ice Flying type, which, if it sounds terrible, then you're right, it is terrible. Overall, this is weak to Rock in so many different ways. Called 4 times. Okay, I don't know why that appeared in my head. But Delibird sucks. It learns present only by level up. That's the only thing it gets. Which, I don't remember the chances. It has a 20% chance of healing. I think a 10% of being 150 powers. Or 120. How do I do this one? Up. Okay. That's what I do. But, overall, Delibird sucks. There we go. I was not going to push that in the corner. But, if I can say this, Delibird has a decent speed and a decent special. So it is usable if you're willing to give it like Ice Punch. I don't remember what else it learns because I've never actually like considered using one. But it's an Ice type attacker. It has access to Ice Punch. Still usable. The next one is Crystal exclusive, and it only appears at night. It is Sneasel, a Ice Dark type with a very high attack of 95, a speed of 115. It sounds good on paper till you realize that, guess what, this is Gen 2. Can you tell me what physical Ice type attacks there were? 0. Can you tell me what physical Dark type attacks there were? 0. So you have no stab that will help you with your primary stat. And to be honest, its other stats are very lackluster. Actually, I'd probably call them below average, to be honest. So it's going to die when it gets hit by anything. And it really can't get the one-hit KOs because it doesn't get stabbed. So you're kind of screwed there. I think that's everything. Should I go down? No. I think I need to go forward. Ugh. But that's all 4. Come on, Endure. I will actually kind of spoil this because it is important to note that the next gym is a dragon type gym. So this means Ice, like, this is probably one of the best like dungeons right before the 8th gym, because it gives you access to, well, 4 if you're playing Crystal Ice users. Let's see. But one thing I can recommend here is Jinx, of course, but you're not going to get Psychic for a long time until you get the TM for it, which really sucks. So just keep that in mind. You're going to be relying on Confusion, which I think it's pretty close to getting. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what the levels are for Jinx. And Jinx is also a very rare encounter in Crystal, so we're not going to see it at all. Well, we might, but I doubt it. Do. How to do this? Okay, I see what to do. Yeah. I see what to do. This is going to be a lot of back and forth here. Yeah, go back. I actually don't know. This is not the first time you could find Golbat in the wild, but this is the first time you could find it commonly. So if you do like using Crobat, this is probably going to be your last chance of successfully using it. Otherwise, you're going to get it way too late, and you're not going to be able to evolve it. So, recommendation, you get it now. There we go. Easy puzzles. And now we're going to drop on this. I'm pretty sure these will always drop you in the proper spots. So let's see. There's a hidden item from what I remember. Carbos. Alright, this is going strong. I didn't expect to actually get a lot of this done yet. Max potion. There's an item somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I know rest is around here. Okay, it has to be in here. Okay. Nothing's here. I want to hit this one, I think. Okay, how do I do this? I can't see these. Is it this one? And then down? And then left, and then right, and then there we go. Full heal. That puzzle is actually kind of hard because it's bigger than the whole screen. Wow. I didn't know that the ice actually freaks out. I want to do that again. Though I'm going to avoid it because it's seizure warning, I guess? I rarely have a wild battle in here, so it's kind of strange to see that. Do we have Rock Smash on us? No. But we can go around. I remember this explicitly being able to go around. Alright, what we have? Swine-up. We haven't seen a Jinx. We haven't seen a Delibird, which can be found in the morning. So, I'm not exactly sure. Sneasel can only be found at night. We're not going to see one. We've already seen one, though. So, Silver has one, which would kind of be dangerous if it was 4th gen. Go around. I don't know if it's just me, but I've always had a distinct feeling that you're of course gonna break my word that we're not gonna find you. Alright, whatevs. We should be faster though. I believe actually we might have the same base stat speed. I don't remember. Never melt ice. This boosts in generations 2 and 3 your ice type moves by 10%. Which I'll probably give to Jinx later. Not right now. Yeah, the ice just freaks out. I never really noticed that. Endure. I'm tired of this. I really am. It's been like only 5 times now, and I'm already annoyed beyond belief. That's stupid. Swine Up. This is also another reason not to use Swine Up. Alright? Don't endure. Just die. On that note, I'm gonna end it here. We'll continue the rest of the Ice Path. We're actually almost done, so yeah, till then.